Section 13.4 is our next section on trig. And what it deals with is the inverse trig functions. The inverse trig functions are used to find missing angle measures. That's their purpose. So, what are the inverse trig functions? Well, let's talk about the normal trig functions. To find missing sides in a triangle, to find missing sides, you used sine, cosine, and tangent. All right. Well, to find missing angles, you're going to use sine with a little -1, which means sine inverse, the inverse sine function, cosine inverse, and tangent inverse. Now, where are those buttons on your calculator located? Well, if you look at for instance, if you look at the sine key on your calculator, if you look at the sine button, you're going to notice in blue, right above it, it says sine inverse. That's where the keys are located, and those are the buttons that you're going to press in order to access these inverse trig functions. Now, they work just like the normal trig functions, so let's do one example. Pause the video and copy this down if you'd like. What it says is a group of hikers plan to walk from their campground to a lake. The lake is 2 miles east and 0.5 miles north of their camp. In what direction should they head? Well, we should always draw a picture. So let's say here is their tent. That's their little tent. And we're going to draw the grass right here. All right, this is the ground. And then that's to the east. It says to the east, they have to hike that direction. What is it? 2 miles. 2 miles. But then they have to turn north to get to the lake. Here's the lake in blue. And so now what they're going to do is they're going to head north 2 miles, or 0.5 miles. The question says, in what direction should they head? Well, obviously, the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. They want to walk the black line. Now, when you're out in the wilderness, obviously you deal with angle measures. So theta is the direction that we want to head. What direction are they going to head? Well, that's what we're looking for, is theta. Well, works just like the other trig functions. That would be the opposite side, and this would be the adjacent side. So what is that? Well, that's tangent. So what I'm going to write is I'm going to write tangent of theta, because I don't know the angle. I'm going to put it over 1. That's equal to 0.5, which is opposite, over 2, which is adjacent. Now, in order to solve this problem, since theta is inside the tangent function, basically what I need to do is I need to do tangent inverse of both sides. Well, tangent inverse and tangent will cancel out, but then over here I also have to do tangent inverse, which is going to lead me that theta is equal to tangent inverse of 0.5 divided by 2. And that's exactly what I'm going to type in my calculator. Tangent inverse, parenthesis, 0.5 divided by 2, parenthesis. Make sure you do that. And if you type that in, you'll find out that theta, or the angle these young people have to head in order to get to the lake, is 14 point, I believe it comes out to be 14.036 degrees. And remember, we're always going to round to 3 decimal places. Now, if you have questions about how to type in tangent inverse or any of the other inverse trig functions, make sure you ask me during class. But otherwise, that's it. That's how section 13.4 works, and how you use inverse trig functions to find missing angle measures such as theta.